All right, everybody. Welcome to my conversation with Corinne here. Today, we're going to be talking to Corinne, get to know her a little bit better, have some questions for her lined up for today. So, Corinne has been working with us at Revolution now for about a year and a half, coming up on 2 now. So, that's pretty exciting. She has been involved with fitness for a long time since you've graduated college, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to let you start it off here and tell us a little bit more about yourself, your background, and how you became interested in fitness in the first place.
Back in high school, I pretty much had like the worst relationship with fitness and with nutrition. And so I decided I did not want to live that way forever. And I didn't want other people to live that way. So that inspired me to go to college for nutrition and learn how to do things the right way. And then when I was there, I started getting into the gym and working out with weights. So that inspired me to then become certified in training. And then that all kind of came together. So
Okay.
I just really got inspired to help other people. So that's what led me to do it.
Awesome. Okay. And when you first started working out, what was it like? Because I
Yeah.
know for
So it was
me, it was,
yeah, yeah.
go ahead.
First thing that I ever did was like all cardio, because I was like, oh, I want to lose body fat. So like I have to do all this stuff. Which did not get me any changes at all. I also was not eating enough. So that together was like the exact opposite of what I should have been doing. So when I started lifting with weights, I was pretty much following like bodybuilding.com like fitness model routine, which got me into actually doing the right exercises, which then again, I still was not eating enough. So didn't really do much. And I struggled with that for years and then figured out the formula to I actually need to eat enough to grow the muscle that I want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that put it all together.
And it's an ongoing process. I'm sure you are still learning about that process on a
Yeah.
daily basis, still working on it on a daily
Yes.
basis. And now the majority of your workouts are pretty much strength training
Oh,
focused,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Almost
yeah,
entirely
definitely. Like
strength training.
total 360, like just do cardio, what's necessary, pretty much.
Right, right. And that's awesome. So that already kind of covered my next question, which is maybe you can give a little bit more specifics on this, but what is one way that fitness has positively impacted your life? So we
Yeah.
know obviously healthier lifestyle. Yeah, what else? How has it helped you and benefited you from multiple different areas?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely I've improved my relationship with food a ton. Like now I actually eat and I enjoy eating and I know that it's fueling what I do. I've never liked activities as much as I like lifting. So I actually love to work out now and it feels good to train and feel stronger and like you're able to do things, have energy throughout the rest of the day. It also led me into things that I never even thought I would want to do, as far as like extracurricular activities or even just helping other people see the light of this is how to work out to feel good all day and get the results that you're looking for. So it's
Yeah,
just like an all around positive thing.
yeah, no, absolutely. And it's funny that, you know, looking back on our past experiences, how we learn certain things maybe sometimes the hard way. For example, just learning and teaching ourselves that eating more a lot of times is sometimes okay. It's
Yes.
just the what are you eating and
Mhm.
the quality of those foods that you're getting in your diet. That's something that you and I have a conversation about almost on a daily basis, and something that we recommend to a lot of people that we see here.
Mhm.
And a lot of times people don't realize that they could eat more, enjoy their lives how they want to enjoy it just by some simple switches and getting more quality foods into your diet. And how strength training actually allows you to eat a little bit more. You're demanding a lot out of your body, and you want to refuel your body because it's going to feel a lot better when you do, and you're going to have a heck of a lot more energy and feel a lot better as well. So
Yeah. And you'll be surprised as the years go by, as you stay consistent with it. Like wow, I can eat a lot more than I used to eat and maintain my weight.
Yeah. Yes. And it definitely, I think that's one thing that people are scared of at times is just the fact that, they've gotten so engraved in their head that eat less, eat less, eat less.
Yeah.
When a lot of times, if we just evaluate what we are eating, we can make healthier swaps and actually get more quantity in with what we're doing. So
Mhm.
awesome. Very cool to see. And you said before that it has led to some extracurricular stuff for you. So, one thing that I would like to bring to the conversation here is the fact that you could tell us for how long, but
Yeah.
recently you've been competing in physique shows. And how long have you been doing them? And what has it kind of brought to the table for you? What has it taught you?
Yeah, so I actually only started about 2 years ago. Training a lot longer than that. And I kind of trained with the style because I looked up to a lot of competitors, and it was something that I always dreamed of doing, but I never would ever think that I could do it in my life.
Yeah,
So that's the good thing that's come from it is it scared me a lot. So I pushed myself to do it because I was like, if it doesn't scare you, it doesn't make you any better. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. So I continue to this day, keep pushing myself to do it. So I would say biggest difference is I have always been the person that when you get called on to talk is like, oh no, do not speak to me, do not make me singled out, anything like that. So even just teaching in front of a class was like a big change for me versus one-on-one personal training. So getting on stage and like doing a routine and that whole thing and knowing that people are looking at you has
everything is
been
focused
a culture shock. Yeah, a big thing. So yeah, it's definitely made me grow in a lot of ways.
Nice. Okay, very cool. And it definitely, like you said, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of commitment. But it is a good example of just showing you that number one, nothing good usually doesn't come easy. It's going to take some kind of work for you, whether it is, getting your body into peak performance or getting your body into peak physique, or even, just a regular person trying to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds. It's not going to just come easy.
Mhm.
There is work that comes along with that. And I think that's a really good example. You and I spoke yesterday about, yes, it is one extreme of things for sure, but it definitely gives you structure to your workout routines. It definitely gives you structure to your daily diet. It holds you accountable in some
Mhm.
ways that, if this is what I want to do, this is the game plan, this is the script that I have to stick to.
Yeah.
And it really does relate to what we do on an everyday basis with the majority of people that we're working with are looking to lose weight. But, we're going to lay out the framework for you. We're going to lay out the game plan for you. We need you to work with us and do
Mhm.
these things in order to reach your goals. And
Yeah,
I,
definitely. Because like the whole thing is if you
yeah,
get up there, like at the end of the day, whatever work you put into it shows. So like if you stick to the plan, it shows. If you don't stick to the plan, it shows. So
that's
like
it.
you'll get to your goal if you keep working, keep grinding, keep doing it.
That's it. Yeah. And I'm sure there was difficulty along the way, but it all
Yeah.
pays off in the long run. Once
Yeah.
you see that end result, it all pays off. You feel so much better. You feel so accomplished, probably so much confidence gained. And like you said, the spotlight is on you, which is probably something that you never
Yeah.
imagine that you would be doing. So that's cool to see. And that's I know you're very dedicated to that. So that is very cool to see and see all the dedication and hard work that you put into that. And that it pays off. The results come. So that is very cool. Okay, so now we're gonna take things a little bit different. And we just heard about your successes with fitness and how it has positively impacted your life. So now, what is one thing that you struggle with when it comes to either fitness or diet or nutrition? I know, diet isn't necessarily the best word, but
Mhm.
what is one thing that you struggle with either currently or in the past that you think could be helpful to a couple people here?
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, in the past and definitely still now, like I have times where I struggle with knowing that I do have to eat more food in order to like progress into the sport that I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
which can be a struggle because you have that mind shift of like, I have to be okay with maybe my weight going up a little bit. I have to be okay with putting on some body fat to put on some muscle. So that's always an internal external struggle, and like knowing this is what you have to do for your goals, so you got to make that change for that season of your life, and then knowing that, okay, I'll be able to shift back over to the other side of things as time keeps going. So that was definitely something in the beginning I was like so resistant to, like beyond.
Yeah.
Now as I've gotten obviously experience with it, it's become easier, but it's still hard to accept from time to time that, I'm going to have to maybe not have certain clothes fit anymore, things like that.
Mhm.
It comes and goes.
Could you speak to, you don't have to give exact
Sure.
numbers or anything, but could you speak to like briefly kind of the phases that you go through
Yeah.
and how your weight reacts while you're in different
Mhm.
phases? So like what are we doing right now? What is the goal for
Yeah.
you right now?
Okay. Right now, I am building. So I'm
Okay.
eating a little bit more than my maintenance level just to put on some more muscle and more weight because I have to grow for next season. So I've been eating, like, I eat a lot of carbs. So I eat 300 grams of carbs every single day. So I eat a lot of carbs. I
That's okay.
eat like about my body. I eat a little over my body weight in protein every day. And my fats are just in a healthy area, obviously higher because I'm just taking in more calories.
Mhm.
As I stay steady there's some weeks that I just stay eating the same, and there's some weeks where I eat a little bit more. So right now I have structured in where I eat one day of like a refeed. So I eat even more carbs on that day,
Mhm.
which looks more like 350 to 360 in that day.
Okay.
And then I'm just maintaining on that 300 for the rest of the time. My weight creeps up a little bit, but during the course of the week, that's kind of the goal.
Mhm.
So I may see big fluctuations day to day, but over the course of a week, it might be a little bit up, which is okay.
Right.
When I go into my seasons of cutting, that is where things just gradually taper down. They're not extreme in the beginning because hopefully your metabolism's in a healthy place. So my body responds pretty quickly when things get taken down a little bit. I'll start adding in some cardio beyond just walking, like dedicated sessions. And my last season was about 16 weeks to prep into the first show. So that's a decent amount of time, but it's not too long, not too short.
Yeah.
And then as you go into each show, it becomes easier and easier. And leading into a show, we actually take cardio down and put food back up. So like going into a show, I'm eating about as much as I eat in my off season, if not more. So
Okay. There's super good explanation there.
okay.
And what I find interesting and how we could relate that to kind of your everyday person who maybe is just looking to lose weight is going back to the point of there are going to be periods, especially when you first start and you're learning about this stuff, that we may encourage you to eat a little bit more. There's also going to be probably periods, and it depends on the person and what their goal is, that we may swap what you're eating a little bit to give you healthier options. And there may be times that you do eat a little bit less if you are trying to reach a very specific goal. But I think in relation to the common person, the person that's trying to lose weight, and what you were just talking about there is you have to know where you are. You have to know what you're trying to accomplish. You have to know, what you're starting with. So just getting a general understanding about your nutrition and how many calories in, calories out, how many grams of protein you're having is such a huge starting point for people that can help them so much. And again, you're going to see fluctuations in weight throughout all of that. Whereas when you first start lifting weights, especially as a female, from my experience and doing in-body scans with people and stuff, your weight actually might go up initially at first.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to panic about.
Yeah.
Especially if you are eating healthy carbohydrates with that, you may see your weight go up. In the long run, though, with added activity, and if the goal is fat loss and you're working with us on that, we should see that start to taper off, and then body fats decrease versus just losing weight to lose weight or crash dieting or whatever A lot of people have heard
Yes.
about.
A lot of
So
things that go with
yeah,
that.
very interesting to hear a different perspective on that. And for any of you that know Corinne, she is in very, very good shape. I would say she is super strong for her size and is very knowledgeable about the nutrition that you're putting into your body and even the nutrition that you're helping our clients out with. So definitely see the positive side of that. So that's very awesome to see. All right. So kind of leading on through that, who is who was the ideal person that you set out to help when you first started with fitness,
Mhm.
whether it be from a professional standpoint or even just yourself working out on your own?
Yeah. So like initially it's that blanket answer of like, I want to help everyone who wants to be helped, which everyone's like, okay, you have to like scale that down.
Narrow it down a little
So
bit.
because
Yeah.
of course, like everyone who wants help, you want to help in this world. As I got through things though, and I was speaking to people and like naturally just being in the gym, most common like connection with people was women around my age or women who had just had children or like just 30s to 40s in that age range. So that was what I was ended up getting approached with. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. I'm connecting with them. Like we're able to talk about a lot of things. So that just kind of became who I worked a lot with.
Mhm.
And I've gotten certifications in that area because I obviously was interested in it. So it's been a good development.
Yeah.
And I really want to help turn around that idea of like the endless cycle of not eating enough food, not working out the right way to get the results that you're looking for. And that frustration is a lot. And it can just be day to day feeling like I'm working my butt off and why I'm not getting what I want.
Overtaxing yourself, underfeeding yourself, and ultimately just running yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
And you may see short-term success with that, but it's not going to be sustainable for yourself. And even if you do get some kind of sustainability with that, you're just not going to feel all that great. And we want you to feel
Exactly. Like, what's
energized,
it worth
good.
if you can't go out and do anything with
Right.
your life?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's a very good kind of, that's something that I wish I could get the message out to more people on of like, yes, fitness is super important and our health is probably the most important thing because if we're not here, we can't help anybody else. We got to take care of ourselves before we could take care of other people. But at the same time, you do want to learn about life and about balance and about how you can still be healthy and work out and do these things, but still enjoy time with your family and friends and still, enjoy life.
Yeah,
So that
exactly.
definitely is a part of it that it takes some time to learn these things, but hopefully we hope to help people learn that balance and learn about the education process with the nutrition, with the strength training. So that way we can help you get these results for a long, long time to come,
Mhm.
you know? All right, last thing here, Corinne, and then we'll wrap this up. What is one simple way people could get started on a fitness routine? And what is the single piece of advice that you would give to somebody who is just starting out?
Mhm. So I know it sounds stupid, but like just starting one thing, like one thing each day adds up. So even if it's just, okay, you're not ready to actually be in a gym, maybe it's getting up and walking for 2 miles around the block or something that sets you up where mentally you're setting yourself up for success right from the start. If it's one meal at a time, approach it that way. But keep doing things. And if you can't find the right information, reach out to someone who can guide you to the right information. Because again, there's a lot of misinformation out there about nutrition and fitness, and you're going to hear conflicting studies, conflicting information. So find someone who you can trust and like learn from them.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Stack small wins, they lead to big wins. You just got to start somewhere. You got to start with something, you got to build some momentum and then keep it going from there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you, Corinne. We do hope to do more things like this. So if you are watching this and you have any specific questions that you would like answered from myself or Corinne or both of us, feel free to make suggestions. And we're going to be getting Kevin on a call next as well. So you're going to hear from all of us, and your input helps us with this. So we will take the episode wherever you kind of guide us, and the better questions that you get to us, the better help that we can give you. All right, everybody. Well, Thank you, Corinne,
Yeah.
and we will see you all soon.
Yeah.